everybody. It is time for Niche to Profit, and it is our 31st episode. Woo-hoo! And we are here on the Vegas Video Network, and we're going to talk about this today because this is a big topic, and everybody likes to just sweep this one to the side. Yes, we are going to talk about inventory management.
Ooh.
Yes, I know. Inventory management. But I have some personal experience now that I've just done another move. We're going to talk about that. And more importantly, I need to tell you who I am. I am your host, Danni Ackerman of the Danni app. And I have spent nearly 2 decades selling on eBay, but a lifetime in the resale world. And I've gone from being an online yard sale to being a profitable e-commerce business. And that's what I'm going to teach you to do today on the show. And we are going to look at some live listing reviews. We're going to look at some hot sales of the week. We're going to play a little pick it or pass it. We're having some fun with that one. And we are live every Thursday at 3 p.m. on vegasvideonetwork.com/live. And you can come on over to the live chat, ask questions as we go along, interact, and kind of be a part of the show as well. But without further ado, let me bring on my regular Niche to Profit guest now, Dawn Ralston of Declutter with Diva Dawn.
Hey, everybody. Great to be here.
Yes, she is my inventory management diva.
That works for me.
Let's just call it what it is. Yes.
The one that holds the whip.
Yeah.
Do it this way.
I think we were signaling Scott to play that whip there. Yeah. He is a smart guy. All right. So the reason I brought you in today to talk about this inventory management topic is because when I moved to Vegas, what is it, 4.5 years ago now?
That sounds about right.
Holy smokes. I've been here 4.5 years already? Man, where's time go? But the first thing I did, we knew each other from Facebook and through some eBay communities. And I knew you were the organizing master, and you offered to help me get my new home set up, the business part.
I did.
Yeah. Are you sorry about that?
I take the fifth.
I don't blame you. So you came over and we unpacked my inventory. And at that point, I had a lot of shelves and spaces. And it was a matter of just getting stuff out of boxes and put on shelves. And I was like, yeah, no, I'm the only one touching this stuff. I know where it's at.
Right. Basically, I unwrapped.
Yeah.
And you put it away.
Yeah. So that's where it started. And now a few moves later, why do I move so much? What is wrong with me? Anyway, I moved again. And each time I've moved, there's been a new little tidbit of information and process that's helped me be even more organized than I was the previous time.
Each time it's been easier. It's been simplified and much more methodical.
Yeah. And you've been a big part of that for me. So thank you for coming on today as we talk about this. So this move was from the southwest side of town to Henderson, 30 minutes away. We did hire movers, but I did not let the movers touch my eBay inventory this time.
Smart move. Nobody treats your inventory as good as you do.
That was the biggest thing that I have learned through all of these moves is do not let the movers handle stuff because they don't care where it ends up on the other end. So we got everything boxed up, and my inventory system at this house where I was at was numbered shelves. At 14, those
big, huge.
We'll show a picture in a minute. Yeah. You're going to see it's the same shelves because I moved the shelves. We'll show you that in a minute, what that looks like. So there are these big industrial shelves, and each one had a number, and we had 14 shelves. So when we were packing everything up, it was shelf 1, shelf 2, shelf 3. That's how we labeled the boxes so that I knew what came off of that shelf.
When you go to unpack, how simple is that just to unpack one whole shelf at a time?
Yeah. And it's not quite happening that way. But in theory, that works really good. But the biggest thing, I have not had to close my eBay store during this move.
That's amazing.
Which is huge because I moved on Black Friday. And, Cyber Monday, all of that big sales time. And yes, it has been a little more hectic than normal, but I have managed to ship out about 15 packages.
That's amazing.
During that time.
And not missing any time and doing a move.
Yeah. I mean, I am in box hell. I am in box hell with the rest of the house still. This is a little aside funny story. I had to send hubby to the store at like 6 o'clock this morning.
What couldn't you find?
Toilet paper. We had to beat the kids waking up for everything. I was like, ah! No, we are literally in box hell. The kitchen's not unpacked yet, but the business is.
Right. And I was there. I've seen the setup, and I can tell you the office is together, the photo area's up, stuff's going up on the shelves, inventory's there. The rest of the house is all boxes.
Yeah, it pretty much is. But we followed the advice that I heard you give somebody else, was that the first thing you need to do is sort those boxes into the room they're going in. Just get the boxes sorted. So we have done that.
That makes a huge difference.
Yeah. Huge difference, for sure.
Then you're not fighting, you're not walking around the box of bathroom stuff in your inventory room. It's out of the way. And then when you get around to unpacking it, everything is there. You're not going to, 2 weeks from now when you're unpacking the kids' room, find a box of inventory.
Right. Exactly. No, I feel really good about how things got packed up this time. It was the first move where we did not let the movers pack anything. Normally you get to where you get down to the last, just let them throw it in boxes,
Just get it done.
No, we didn't do that this time.
Good.
We had everything packed up. Now, I will tell you, eBay business or not, here's a super tip. When you are labeling your boxes, don't just write stuff on the top. Write it on the side.
I'll give you a better one. Go to the office supply store and buy those big round colored dots in all sorts of colors. And just slap a label on all 6 sides of a box. Top, bottom, and all 4 sides. You don't even have to write.
Okay, I like that too. Why don't you tell me that? Yeah, no, brilliant. Yeah, because that's the one thing we realized as they are pulling stuff off the truck, they are just stacking boxes and with a dolly, and you can't see what they are without unstacking all those boxes. So we did have to, there was kitchen stuff in the back bedroom, and there was master bedroom stuff in the kitchen, and it.
It made all the world of difference to go in there and put them where they belong, even though they're not unpacked.
Yeah.
That you at least have a handle on how many you have to unpack.
Yeah. But the greatest thing is that my business, I have been able to find everything just going in the box. I mean, I've had to dig into, because each shelf had about 4 to 5 boxes, depending on the size of the items that were on the shelf. So, got to go through the boxes. But I can tell you the one item that I have sold that I can't find.
Oh, there's one you can't find?
Yes.
What happened?
It was not in one of those. It wasn't on one of those shelves where it should have been.
Aha. So your system failed, or you failed your system.
I failed my system.
Before you packed it.
So now I want to show you some before and afters of the new inventory, because whether you're moving or not, this inventory system works really well. And I learned this from Dawn. So if we have that, the first before. So this is the blank room where everything is going. So I just wanted to give you an idea of what the little before is. And then this is the
box
other
hell.
side of the room. This is the box hell of inventory. This is as it all got thrown in here. Now, I know this is all my shipping and inventory stuff. At least we got that far. And then this is important. And I learned this from trial and error as well. If you are putting your inventory in a garage or a room with tile, put down rugs. Put down rugs. Because if something falls off the shelf, it's not 100% proof, but it's got a lot more likely chance of survival if it hits a rug versus a tile or concrete floor. Experience.
Poor
Steve. I think Steve's over in the chat. He's my hubby. He used to do some of the shipping for me, and I had this beautiful blue opalescent Fenton vase that he was packaging up for me. Yeah. I love him. He
Rest in
actually
peace.
he cried. He's like, "Oh, so sorry." It's like, it happens. It happens. But yeah, so now we put rugs down, and rugs are cheap. Don't go buy them retail. Go buy it. Like the auctions have. I think I paid like maybe $10 a piece for these rugs at max. I don't pay much for rugs, so you can find those rugs pretty darn cheap. My computer's wanting to turn off. Isn't that special? Okay, come on, computer. We'll fix it during the break. All right. And then next, here's those shelves I was talking about. So you can get these Home Depot, $60. And these are big shelves. They're like 5 foot by 2.5 feet and 6 foot tall. And you can put a lot of stuff on those shelves.
You want to get them sturdy so that they can handle weight. For somebody like me, where I sell dishes, I want something that can hold a whole dish set without it being too heavy, without the shelf bowing. So you want it to be able to hold the weight. And these are very sturdy shelves.
Yeah, I mean, you'll see them. I load these shelves. There's never any problem. And the cool thing is these are really easy to move, too. I mean, these pop apart. You don't even need tools. Well, maybe. Okay, this is funny. A hammer comes in handy to pop those down. But if you can't find your hammer, a rock will work. Just ask Steve.
Steve's pretty good at improvising.
I was thinking caveman, ooga ooga, as he's like pounding with the rock, put these things together for me.
Maybe he was trying to discover fire.
No. So, yeah. So then we got, here we go. So you can see I've got the rugs down. We're starting to build the shelves out.
Now, Danni has them too.
This was yesterday.
Right. Do you have a picture of it today?
I do.
Oh, there we are. Look at all that work she did. And how long did it really take you to put all that inventory up?
Not long at all. And I'll tell you what we've been doing, because this is super important too. Physical inventory of looking at what you have listed and making sure you actually still have it.
Oh, very important.
Because I don't know if any of you have noticed, but eBay's got a few glitches going on lately. Yes. And if you're not aware of this, check your active listings, because there's a glitch that is relisting items you've sold, which is really bad, because if you cancel listings, it's a defect and it's crazy. So we're going through it as we go. We're doing one of the old shelf numbers at a time. So we've done shelves 11, 12, 13, and 14. And we're taking those out. And here's the beauty. In your custom field on your selling manager, you can put whatever you want for your inventory system. We like to put the number. That's how we knew what shelf it was on. We're giving these shelves a new name so that as we do inventory, we're pulling it out, we're double checking it, we're putting the new shelf name on there. That way, when we go through, when everything's unpacked, anything that has the old shelf name, we know we didn't touch that on this end.
You didn't find it,
and
something's gone.
Yes, we don't physically have that item. We can take those out, not worry about selling them and not having them. On the other hand, we also found a ton of stuff that should be listed and is not listed. So I'm going to have a whole bunch of new stuff to list. So this is the other side of the room where my shipping's going to be.
That's going to be handy right by your inventory.
I love it.
Just walk across the room.
Yes. And you were the one who taught me about hanging the bubble wrap up over the table.
Make use of that vertical space. It's so handy to have it up above.
Yep. We're going to put shelves back here for the different size boxes. And then over here a little bit is going to be the peanut dispenser. So I'm excited. Oh, and if you walk through this door, my desk is right there to the right. So it's a beautiful thing. I'm very happy.
It's going to be very exciting when it's all up and running perfectly.
Yep. So inventory, super, super important. So let's talk a minute about keeping track of inventory and doing a once a year inventory. When we say doing it, you guys, you've been to the stores and everything is like, oh, don't touch this. And this is labeled and it's all pushed back and the shelves look funky. They're doing inventory. You have to know what inventory you have.
You do.
Yes.
And the time to do it is the end of your year. So for most of us, that's a calendar year. I can't tell you how many times my husband's been in the house watching football on New Year's Day, and I've been out in the garage taking inventory. But you need to know what you have, and you need to know what you've lost, because you want to be able to write that off on your taxes.
Yeah.
And you want to be sure that you're going to have all the items that you say you have so you could ship them to your buyers.
It's going to happen. I mean, you are like the most organized person I know. And I'm sure you found, oh, wait, we can't find this item. We need to like take this out of.
No.
Okay, shut up.
But I'm sure I will sometime.
Yeah, no, I mean, you've done it right. But we were talking before the show started because it wasn't always that way.
No, when I started selling on eBay, I was all excited. I decided I was going to do a shelf per week of what I listed. So the first shelf would be this week, and the next week would be the next one. 4 weeks in, because I was going to remember everything I listed. 4 weeks in, I needed to ship something, and I couldn't remember what week I listed it. This system's not going to work. So then it became a matter of figuring out how to label my shelves, how to combine things, and how to account on eBay where that item is located. But I can tell you, I haven't lost anything. The one time that I was crazy looking for something, I was just staring at it in my face and not seeing it. It was right there. But everything is where I say it is. And what I tend to do is move everything out from my office once a week out to my shelves. And I put it on the shelves, and I take a picture of it to take back to my office so that I can go through and say, okay, that's on this shelf, this one's on this shelf, this one's on that shelf, so that I don't have to rely on my ever increasingly faulty memory.
You're a sick woman.
I am.
That's why I love you.
And it's a beautiful thing.
Yeah. And a lot of that is rubbed off because organized is not something I've ever been known for. I am just an idea person, and I start projects, but organizing takes a little bit of work and putting systems into place. But what really hit home for me was when I hired an employee. And it wasn't just me having to go find that stuff.
Now your memory doesn't matter. They can't access your brain, especially if you're not there.
Right.
And if they do have to keep accessing your brain, you may as well have done it yourself.
Yeah.
You're not saving any time.
So this is part of the growth process for going from just, your do-it-yourself eBay business where it's just you. But at some point, to scale and grow and have that six-figure business or more, you have to bring in people. You have to bring in processes. You have to have things where anybody can do the job that you've been doing.
Yeah, it can't all be in your head anymore.
Yeah.
And it really pays big dividends to put those systems in place. What would happen if you were suddenly sick and hospitalized for a couple of days? Are you ready to take that kind of a hit to your DSRs? And
I'm glad you brought that up because that truly is the scary thing now. It didn't used to be that way. It used to be, you could explain to customers, but now your whole business rides on it.
Exactly. And you need to CYA, you need to be covered. You need to have somebody else that is capable of doing it, or at least that you can explain to them fairly easily how to do it.
Yeah.
And having a written out process would be absolutely the best, but at least having somebody that knows your process, or a simple enough one that somebody else can find it where they don't have to use your brain.
Do you put something in the custom field that says?
No, I don't. I have a spreadsheet system that I use that I set up originally, and that's where mine goes.
Oh.
So same kind of difference.
So you just go over and you refer to the spreadsheet and then go back and can find the item. Okay.
And it's so much easier to use the custom field. But back when I first started on eBay and set this up, I didn't know about the custom field. And there weren't all these helpful eBay groups and gurus to help me along the way. I had a couple of groups that I belonged to, and they weren't talking about that. So I did not know. I would say if you have something else set up like I do now and you want to start using the custom field, that's great. Start today. Don't worry about the back stuff. Just start where you are now and use the custom field. Yeah. And a year or two down the road, all your old inventory is going to be gone anyway. Why waste the time on that?
And I'm so glad you said that, because if you guys are control freaks like me or obsessive compulsive like me, you hate not going back and doing it all. Like, oh, but I can't do this unless it's all perfect and it's all running. And that start from today philosophy.
Start today.
So important.
And you're going to love it so much. It's going to be so much simpler for you that going forward is going to be so much easier that you're going to hate selling that old stuff because it isn't going to be as easy to locate.
And I want to just talk a minute about holding on to inventory for years, because we all used to do this. I mean, it never used to be a problem. Somebody's going to find it. But things have changed in the search engine world and the eBay world, where if you've got something that's over a year old, the chances are nobody's ever going to find it unless they're like digging through your store, or you're very specialized, like you have dinnerware. And I get that's one of those things. If they come in through dinnerware, which you're listing, and they go and search your dinnerware, they can find it. But if you listed dinnerware 3 years ago and you're not listing dinnerware now,
it's not getting found.
No.
I find that with my plush. I have old plush. I have not been listing new plush. No plush is selling.
Yeah.
And it's one of the things that I did a big purge on this year and just got out of the plush business.
I argue with, I have a financial advisor, and we go round and round about how long to hold on to my inventory. And I'm trying to educate him that there are some long tail items. He's like, okay, I'll give you a little leeway. But he's telling me 3 months.
Oh,
3 months. I know. That was my reaction. But I'm in the 1 year rule.
Yeah. I find, like, I have several long tail things like dinnerware, my flatware especially. I'm still selling flatware that's 4 years old and selling it well. But it's just a matter of when it comes up. And the more flatware I sell and list currently, the better my older flatware sells. So I have to keep doing it.
That's the key. And that's what I want to tell people. I'm okay if it is your niche. If it is your niche and you are listing other things that are going to drive people to that stuff, great. But if you are listing commodity type items and it is more than a year old, clear it.
Clear it, lot it, sell it out.
Get it out of there.
Figure out a different way to package it, something, or donate it and get the tax write-off. Because
here's the thing, and it ties back to the inventory management, because I hear too often people going, I have no more space to put anything. I'm running out of room. That is when you need to look at where you have things stored and purge. You've got to get rid of something to add something and keep it flowing and keep the cash flow flowing too.
It's just like your closet. At some point, your closet's full and you can't buy more clothes.
Did you look in my closet?
Unless you throw them on the floor or in boxes, or you leave them in the bags, because you just run out of room.
Yeah. You can't hold it. I mean, and it's the time value of money too. That old inventory is your money tied up. Let it go.
Let it go. Take the write-off. Take the donation. Lot it as a different package and relist it. Yeah. Tweak it or let it go. I mean, you can't hold on so tight, because then nobody's going to ever see it. And you're never going to make money off of it. And then you're just going to cry because you spent good money on that.
Yeah, absolutely. Positively. 3 months sounds like B&M retail. Yeah, brick and mortar retail is brutal on their inventory, guys. That's the reason you can do retail arbitrage and still go and sell it. I mean, if you take a lesson from brick and mortar retail, it is that you cannot hold on to stuff into such a way that it inhibits you from being able to have space to get new stuff and sell new stuff, because you've got to keep things moving. That's the name of the game.
So having a system to store your inventory that is either based on when it came in, or if you're a person that likes to have your inventory grouped together, like all your mugs together, all your figurines together, then being able to go into your eBay active listings and sort them by newly listed, and starting at the bottom for the oldest and going back up and just saying old, get rid of it.
Yeah. And Scott, if you can put up the picture of the shelves, the last one with the shelves, that one. Okay. So I put my things on the shelves, but they're themed because I have definite categories and themes of things. And that's even getting more fine-tuned. I'm going to go through a big niche revival here soon. But what we did this time is and we're putting more shelves over here still. We're not quite done. And the boxes that you see over here, those are still ones we haven't unpacked yet. But they're A, B, C, D, and then the individual shelves are 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So the number that we now have in the custom field will be C5 or C6. And we know to go. And the reason we didn't go more in depth and do like shelf 1, shelf 2 is because we tend to move things around on my shelves, but it is themed. So we know, hey, this is like the sea critters shelf. This is the glass shelf. This is the weird stuff shelf. Yes, I have a weird stuff shelf. Come on. You see a mummy hand there? That's weird stuff. But this just works so good because I can tell somebody, oh yeah, go to shelf C5 and they can either look on their own or I can be telling them, yeah, I think we put that like on the third shelf down and, it's going to be in that area. And
you're going to be able to do a diagram like they do in restaurants when they assign waitress stations. That's a grid that says C5, weird stuff, yeah. C3, sea creatures.
Exactly.
And you'll be able to post that on the wall or at the front of one of the shelves. And then you don't even have to be there as the reference person. Someone, like I could come in not knowing anything about how you have it done, look at the chart and go, oh, I can find that seahorse. There it is.
Yeah, because this is where I'm going to is I will not be handling the shipping. It's like once it's in that, somebody else is going to have to find it and ship it for me. I won't be out shopping.
Oh, that sounds like the fun part.
That's all I want to be doing. Yes, thank you. That's where we make the money. We could go on about this topic all day, but if you would like to follow my inventory saga, head over to thedanniapp.com and download a copy of 10 Ways to Grab Your Customers' Attention and Get the Sale. And I will send you my weekly, I call it Motivational Monday newsletter, where I am going to be, yes, thank you. I'm going to be continuing the progress of this in video format each week, showing you how this is coming along, giving you tips and some motivation. All right.
Excellent.
And we'll be back in just a moment.
Millions of online sellers are looking for one identity to use in thousands of platforms. E-Rated manages your reputation by importing unlimited social media, marketplace, and behavioral data. It reveals your cross-platform performance, compares it with competitors, and calculates your e-worth. And it gives you the tools you need to improve sales and find room to grow. Discover your e-worth and your own reputation.
ShareYourReputation.com. And I am proud to announce
I signed up. And it was so easy, Danny. I couldn't believe. In fact, I finished signing up and went, is there something else I need to do? That seemed like too easy. It was. Why did I put off doing it? I don't know, but I did.
I know.
And it was so easy.
Yeah, those of you who've watched the show when Dawn's been on, it's like every time we play that commercial and I come back and you've got your E-Rated account, right? She's like, no.
But I have it now.
Awesome. Awesome. And if anyone wants to get their premium services, which includes Shopify and WordPress sites, you get 20% off if you use the code DannyDeal. All right. How about a little Why Won't They Buy? I was going for like the pirate music thing there, hunting for treasure. Never mind.
That sounded more like the ogre taking steps.
Oh, God, I never thought about that. I always get things from another person's perspective. All right. We have an item from Lisa Hensley. Oh, Lisa's over in the chat. I see her as Hensley Heartland Shop. She says, I'm not certain that this is what I am describing it as, a rose bowl. Could it be a globe for a light fixture? I've done nothing but raise the fixed price on it since listing. I love that. Lisa will always raise the price before she lowers it.
Perfect.
She's one of my first followers ever. I love her to pieces. Okay, here's the good news. No, it's not a globe. And the reason I say that is if we go over to this picture right here, that base, Yeah.
It would be open if it was a globe, right?
Yeah, exactly. It would be open on both ends, or it would be rounded closed on one end and open on the end that fixed. So it is a vase. It is a vase, which is a word that you don't have up there. But I also am 99% sure that this is Fenton Colonial Blue. Fenton, it was the original hobnail glass maker. So I would not be afraid to call this Fenton Colonial Blue Hobnail Glass Vase. Go with that. It's not quite a rose bowl. A rose bowl doesn't have the base like that. And a rose bowl is usually yay big. And I don't know. Why do they call them a rose bowl? I don't know. But it's a very specific form. And I think a rose bowl buyer would not be interested in this. And you could be getting a lot of impressions and hits with no buy, which is going to lower your search results. Yeah. So I think that's the biggest thing, Lisa, is just change that title. Be prepared to take, a little bit less, which I know you are. You've got make offer on there. Fenton is pretty saturated on the market unless you have a really rare piece. I mean, there's a lot of this 50s to 70s Fenton out there.
But I think blue's a popular color. There are a lot of blue glass collectors.
This is true. And I don't know, you didn't say if there was a mark. I would think that this should be marked because the Colonial Blue was 70s. So I'm pretty sure they had marks going. But it could be right at the cusp before they started marking. It was right there. So I would still call it Fenton. Because I think 99% sure that's what it is. So there you go. All right. And we have an item from Ted Perkins. Sends us this Zalman notebook cooler for 12 to 17-inch laptop computers, USB powered. I got good news for you, Ted. You're going to like this. Raise your price. Definitely. Now, you do have shipping down here, and it's economy shipping. I don't know what this weighs, but if it is under the 2 to 3 pound threshold, I'd do expedited. You agree?
Absolutely.
Yeah.
People want things for their computers right away.
Right? Yeah. So
expedited.
Let's see. Economy shipping. It's not. Oh, yeah. See, it would have to wait to that like a week. I'd have to wait a week to get it with this shipping. So that and this is like a commodity item. This is something people are out there. They're not just price shopping, but they're also looking at how fast can I get it? How much is the shipping? So here's my suggestions. Oh, one quick thing too that I noticed on this. Where you have the 12 to 17-inch laptop computers, change that wording to up to 17-inch. Because most people have, a 17-inch computer nowadays that want the cooler.
Right, and laptops are getting smaller all the time.
Yeah, and these, like what I have here, don't generally need that cooler. It is those larger, higher power. That's who's buying these, the 17-inchers. And right now, the way that title is written is the search engine can't even pick out the 17-inch part. If you were going to leave this as 12 to 17-inch, put a space between the hyphen
and the number.
And the numbers so that 17-inch stands alone and it would still be picked up. But I would just say up to, leaves it open, and really accentuates the 17-inch part, gives it more value. I would raise your price. If you're going to keep the shipping separate, raise your price to $29.99 because the ones I looked at, these things get pretty pricey. And I did look at the same model. These are selling in the $50 range with free shipping.
Yeah, I was going to suggest maybe $59.99 with free expedited shipping.
I was going to say $49.99 with free ship.
And give yourself some room to come down. Even if you come down to $39, you're still making more.
Right. Well, there's no best offer on this either. We
need that.
So if you raise the price, add best offer, believe it or not, especially this time of year, if somebody wants to come in and make you an offer of, say, $40 a piece for 2 of them, it's a no-brainer, right?
And you've got a couple watches on there who are going to get notified that the price has changed.
Bingo.
So they may come back to you and offer what you just had it listed for, or they may get a little freaked out that the price is going up and figure they need to jump on it.
Yep. So and one little thing, this is not a make it or break it, but if you can include a picture that shows the box, that tells me, okay, they actually have this item new in the box kind of thing. It's not, I mean, that's not a make it or break it thing, but it's a nice little extra that a lot of the competition isn't doing. So
Excellent.
So there you go with that. And if you would like help with your listings, you can join us over at the Danni App Academy, which I have an announcement at the end of the show. So stay tuned for that, because you won't be hearing me say this Danni App Academy thing very much longer. But that's what it is for now. And that's where we give you ongoing help with these items. You don't have to wait to try to get something in on the show. You can get it right there where you're listing the item. That's what we do. We talk, we solve problems, we keep abreast of all of the eBay glitches and changes and things that are happening, and for a whopping $10 a month. So that's the Danni App. No, it's not the. It's DanniAppAcademy.com. You put the in there, it won't work. DanniAppAcademy.com. So now, how about a little store review?
Ooh, whose store are we going to look at today?
You know, I used to play the trumpet. That's why I picked that music. Till I got braces. My mother got me braces, ended my trumpet career.
I used to play the flute for about 2 weeks until I tried to play the flute, and it ended my flute career. I was asked to leave the 6th grade band after 2 weeks.
Oh, my goodness.
I am very musical.
2 weeks, huh?
Yeah, that's pretty sad for a 6th grader.
Wow. All right. This comes from Debbie Simons. Her store is Ready Goods Company. Here was her question, because I always ask when they submit to do these reviews, I always say, so what's your biggest concern? She says, Danni, my question would be, why are my sales so slow? Funny, I hear this one a lot. Just saying. I think I may have priced my things too high, even though I have make an offer to my customers. I rarely get an offer, or it's generally so lowball that I would never take it. And I'm also considering not doing the good till canceled anymore. Oh, no, don't do that.
Oh, yeah. Don't make managing your inventory more difficult.
Yeah, we'll talk about that in a second. I think it's impacting my sales possibly by putting my items at the bottom of the feed. Those would be my main concerns. Also, if you have any suggestions, I sure would appreciate it. Well, and those who watch the show probably know the very first thing I'm going to say.
Can I
Scott,
answer?
Scott already answered in my ear here. He's even learning. Go ahead. What do you think, Dawn?
Need the new store format.
Yes.
You need a beautiful header that really draws your buyers in.
Yep. New store. This old store format was good in its time. It was great. But we've evolved, and people now expect those big pictures and this like, what are you giving me? Like, punch them. You got to punch them with it. So that's the first thing. Plus, you got this really cute little logo here, but I cannot tell what that says. So that's kind of, yeah.
It kind of looks lost there.
It's lost. I kind of think I know what she is. You're not niched yet. There's a lot of stuff going on in this store. Let's go down here. I can see the categories over here. Now, this is something Dawn's going to argue with me on this one. I see it in her eyes.
You see it in my store here.
And I see it in your store. You guys, don't sort your categories alphabetically. Sort them by what you sell the most of, what has the highest volume of stuff in it, because you don't want something that has, 10 items in it being in front of the customer over something that has 200 items in it. I know, Dawn.
May I argue?
Of course.
I like the orderliness of alphabetical. If I'm in the store shopping for wanting flatware and it's not one of the top few, and I've got to sort through this long list to try and find whether or not you carry it, I'm giving up.
You just made my point, though, about niche. If somebody's searching for flatware, they want to come and find flatware, and you keep listing flatware and dinnerware, and that's kind of what your niche is.
Mm-hmm.
Yes. So... But in a case where we have books, boots, children's clothes, Christmas collectibles, crafts and arts, diet helps. All the clothing should be together. if you're not going to niche, at least niche your categories together.
Yeah, at least have them with subcategories that make sense. And I have another little nitpicky thing. I think your categories should be in upper and lower case.
Mm-hmm. I agree.
Not all capitals, so they're easier to read.
I agree. Okay, so that's another thing. So yes, and Scott's asking me, can you make up your own categories? Yes.
You can call them whatever you want.
That is the beauty of an eBay store. And this is what we're working on right now in the app stores, is that whole, like, you don't have to call it Christmas. You don't have to call, like, I just got done telling you, I literally am doing a remake of my store. There is going to be an ugly stuff category.
Because that's what it is. And you get to put your stuff into 2 of those categories. So you can have a more generic one and you can have a more creative one that's going to draw the customer's eye.
Yeah, I have gifts for her, gifts for him. That's like when I can't figure out where else to put it. Those are going away, though. But even under ugly stuff, I'm going to have subcategories of kind of ugly, getting there,
hideous.
Oh my gosh. That's literally, I'm going to do that. You can have fun with it. You can have fun because that compels people to click on the category instead of just clicking on an item. You want them to shop. You want them to browse. You want them to like, oh, I got to have that. All right. So we definitely got to work on some niching here because there's a lot going on and a lot in so many categories that kind of just don't mesh together. And that's a lot to keep up with because, as we talked about earlier, you have to list things to drive to older things. So I also noticed a biggie in your store was half of it is free shipping, half of it is not. So getting some consistency and giving that buyer expectation to when they come over to your store, either they know they're going to pay shipping and there's some kind of, and if you charge shipping, this is for everybody, if you charge shipping, please put some kind of a promotion that if they spend X amount of dollars, they're going to get free shipping. Your margins should be able to handle that, and that's a good incentive. That still gives that free shipping incentive. If you're doing free shipping, then do free shipping. Just do it. Everything, even the big, bulky, obnoxious stuff.
And again, if you're not doing free shipping, start now. Don't worry about going back and fixing the others just yet. Work on what you're doing going forward. If you want to go back and change your previous listings to free shipping, do it by store category. Maybe do 1 category a day, or maybe your 10 oldest listings, and then the next day you do the next 10 oldest ones. Do it methodically. Don't think you have to devote 2 or 3 days to just getting that fixed on all your back listings.
Right.
Just start now. Do a little bit of the back every day.
Yep. And the other thing was titles. And that's something we talk a lot about. And I have a whole webinar over in the Danni App Academy about titles because that is the most critical thing nowadays and why your stuff is not coming up. It's not, the search engine is just like, you don't exist if you don't have that title pinned down. And that's what's hurting a lot of eBay sellers right now. A lot of eBay sellers. So, I mean, obviously we can't cover everything in a little, 5-minute segment here on the show. If you would like a 20-point eBay store review, send an email to danni@thedanniapp.com. It's a new service that I just started up that I will go through and give you in all the 20, believe me, there's 20 areas we can improve your store, improve your sales. Hit me up. We can fix that stuff. How about we talk about some stuff that is selling?
Oh, that's even better.
Scott always makes fun of my music. Oh, you're going to make fun of my music now, too. Oh.
Bum, tickle, wow, wow.
That was you. What are you doing over there?
It wasn't me.
I thought it was you for a minute. Oh, my gosh.
Wow, wow.
Scott found a new button on the sound machine. All right. Hot sales. Jeffrey Clark, he was a guest a few weeks ago. Now, he's a big Amazon seller. He said this is definitely his favorite sale of this past week. Bought for, are you ready for this? 50 cents.
Woo.
And he sold it for 107, which doesn't reflect now. Yeah, there you go. This is what is crazy about Amazon is the next seller down $73. Hello? Did you not paying attention? Somebody just sold it for $107.
Why don't you want that money?
So many people leave money on the table. It makes me crazy. But let's see. He says, but what really makes it fun is the gift message that went with it. You are the butter to my bread and the breath to my life. I love you.
Oh.
Yeah, you got to love that. Yeah, because people can't ask you to put, something on the package. That is so cute. Thank you, Jeffrey, for sharing that. And this is no surprise. No surprise at all.
Would this be Matt?
This would be Matt Pinkush. Winter is his slowest time. I've been hearing this from him for years.
And yet he has a sale
every he's in
a hot sale every week.
Every week. So he says, winter's my slowest time. Many people suggested that I sell generator parts. I think I was one of those. Dead generators are a lot harder to come by than other equipment, but found a couple this year. Paid $20 for this generator and had already sold about $100 worth of parts of the engine. And this week, yes. You know what I ask for Las Vegas sound effects. Jackpots. There we go. All right. This week, the control panel went to a first-time buyer. I really liked it when I sell a part that no one else has and it brings a new buyer to eBay. I want them to bring a new buyer to you, number one. But yeah, it's okay if you get them through eBay. $49.95 for something that he paid $20 for and already sold $100. And I don't know, is Matt with us today? Matt, how many more parts do you have left? Because I bet this isn't the end of that generator. I bet you're going to sell a few more parts off of this. So he's just coming up with new stuff. I mean, we just saw chainsaws, and I think he just got in a line of new chainsaw blades to drive traffic to his chainsaw parts. And now he's doing generators. And I told him snow blowers this time of year, whatever. So great job, Matt. I love, love, love featuring your scores each and every week. All right. This is fun because I was with Beth Kelly. Beth Kelly was on here a couple weeks ago. She purchased this on her day with Danni in Columbus, Ohio. Let me show you what it is. This is where I go when I travel. I go take a few lucky shoppers out and we go find some good profit margin stuff to resell. She paid $4 and sold it for $40.
Ooh.
It gets better. It gets better.
How can it get better?
It gets better. Because the buyer signed up for her newsletter and purchased another item.
It does get better.
Yes. That's what I'm talking about.
That buyer will be back.
Yes. Yeah, because Beth, like I said, she is doing phenomenally well with her newsletter and staying engaged with her customers. I pushed her out of her comfort zone a little bit with some of the things I had her buy on the day with Danni.
What kind of other things did you have her buy?
Some really gaudy looking tops.
That's part of that. Leave your taste at the door.
That's right. I know. But she's trusting me. She's got them listed. They're great margin items. So she won't go wrong. But she was a lot of fun to shop with. And I learned a lot. I mean, when I go on these things too, I mean, I'm not a clothing seller. So I'm a clothing buyer. I love to buy clothes for myself. But I'm learning from her. Okay. Oh, why this? Why that? Okay. She knows her niche and things are picking up and she's doing really well.
Excellent.
Yes. So congratulations on that, Beth.
Yeah. Way to go, Beth.
And then last but not least, what do we have? Oh, we have some shoes. This is from Lori Sadowski. Let me get down. Boy, eBay just put so much gobbledygook on there now. LL Bean hiking boots, men's size 10.5. Now, I wanted to use this as a great example. She says, not a spectacular sale, but I got these yesterday. Actually, it was day before yesterday because I got this yesterday at Goodwill for $5. Someone offered me $22 today, so I jumped on it. I'll take a quick sale like that any day. Yes.
Keep the inventory moving.
That is called cash flow, my friends. Turn it. I mean, that is, okay, do the math. How many times her money is that,
Four
Five.
times her
Okay,
money.
thank you. This is a no math zone. And she charged shipping, so she didn't have to pay shipping out of that. That was all the profit on the item. So I am all about, if you can sell something in 24 hours, bam, take the money and run. Take the money and run.
I wonder why she's breaking out the shipping and not doing free shipping on those.
I don't know. We'll have to ask Lori about that. But you know what? I'm not going to criticize because she got them sold and got a good profit and onward. And I got to tell you, this week, this was only a little sampling of the awesome sales of the week. And we do this every week over on the Danni app Facebook group. If you just go over to Facebook and search the Danni app, we've got a group that's got, we're pushing 5,000 members now. And you guys are all over there helping one another, identifying stuff, talking about, selling on eBay and all this stuff.
It's amazing the variety of things that, as you just saw, clothing, shoes, chainsaw, generator parts, figurines and dishes and flatware and
everything.
And I'm just in awe every time I look at the thread.
So, and we run this every Sunday over there. And obviously I can't share them all here on the show. So head on over, go find the Danni App Facebook group, get yourself on there. It's not public. It's a private group. But you can see it. You can request to join. We get you in there right away, and the admins get you in there right away. We just do that to keep out all the spammers. It is a no spam zone, so you don't have to worry about that. And then you can share your hot sales when they happen. All right. How about we have some fun now?
I like fun. What fun are we going to do? Are we going shopping?
Mm-hmm. This is my new favorite thing to do, this pick it or pass it thing. And just because it gives me an excuse to go shop when I got the show coming. I have to go do a little pick it or pass it. Oh, no, that's not the only reason I go shop. All right. So last week, we didn't get because I wasn't here last week. That's why. It was 2 weeks ago. We were not here last week because of the Thanksgiving holiday. But we do have some entries for this week, and we're going to put them in the
covered wagon.
The covered wagon. We don't just pick out of a hat. We pick out of whatever we have. All right. So here is the item. It is an iris and herringbone by Jeanette Glass. It's a goblet. And no, I passed it. Very common. They only sell, $10, $12. Wasn't worth it. So all but one person got it right. So let's see. You're going to do the doubles. So this is the way.
Over here?
I could do that. You want me to make it easier for you?
Absolutely.
Oh, okay. So this is how it works. So each week I show you an item in its natural habitat on a thrift store shelf, and you get two chances. Frog in the throat. You get two chances to get into the drawing. One is, first, tell me what it is. Identify it, and I'm going to give you some clues. And the second is just say whether I picked it or passed it. So even if you don't know what it is, you still got a 50-50 chance of getting in the hat or box or whatever I choose to draw the name out of this week. Or as Scott says, the sparkle hat. You guys, he made me ditch the sparkle hat because I'm leaving glitter everywhere. No, he's a good guy. He would have never said anything. He would have just kept putting up with my glitter. I'm just saying. All right. So our entries this week, we've got Nancy Gordon. You got it right on both accounts. You get 2 entries.
There we go.
We've got Katerina Sachova. I'm probably saying that totally wrong. Katerina's a longtime friend. She got it right. And Marie Marciano gets 2 entries. Marie Rivers, you got 2 entries this week.
Perfect. There's the second one.
Marina Montenegro gets 2. And Pam Waldron, you get an entry because you told me what it was, but no, I didn't pick it. All right. Let's shake this. This is the
cover
cool thing.
that wagon.
This is a cool thing. Nobody can say I didn't shake these up this week, right? And Dawn, I will let you do the honors.
Okay. Let's
pick us out a winner. Oh, I didn't tell them what they're going to win, but we'll show that in a minute.
Tell them what they're going to win. Let's save the surprise.
Nah, go ahead. Say who won.
Okay. Katerina
Ooh, Katerina. I couldn't see if Katerina was in the chat, but I know where to find her. Here's what you win. You get your choice. We have choices around here. Okay, watch this. I'm going to make Scott really happy right now. You can get the Niche to Profit Vegas Video Network shirt. That's the back. Here's the front. Tell everybody.
I got Nichey watching the Niche to Profit show.
There you go. So we have shirts. We have tote bags that just say Niche to Profit. And I have a couple of these cute little minion tote bags left. So you get your choice. So what you need to do is, Katerina, send me an email at niche2profit@vegasvideonetwork.com. If you want the shirt, let me know your shirt size. And if you want one of the other items, just let me know what you want to win, and we will get that on its way to you. So this week's item. Yeah, there you go. Here's your clues. I'm gluten-free, but couldn't eat these even if I wasn't. A particular customer will pay good money for these. Priced at just $3.99 with another 30% off. Tempting or not? Send your answers to niche2profits@vegasvideonetwork.com. That's niche2profits@vegasvideonetwork.com. And remember, answer both what it is and did I pick it or pass it, so you can get both your entries in. Wow, are we like really we're just about to the top of the hour.
Already?
It's crazy. Time flies.
It seemed like we were just starting to talk about inventory.
I know. Well, we could go on and on about that. Well, here's the thing. We can keep talking about inventory if they come on over to the Danni App Academy. We talk about a lot over there. Oh, by the way, Dawn is an appster and is over there to answer questions as well.
Yep. So just tag me if you got a question in particular. I'll respond as quick as I can.
But here's the thing. It is the last chance to become an appster as we know it.
What's going to happen?
We're changing
I like being an
name.
appster.
I know. Well, we're changing the name from the Danni App Academy, which was really confusing to everybody because they're like, where's the app? So fine. I get it.
You're the app.
I know. For marketing purposes, because after all, I am all about the marketing. So I got to, practice what I preach here. No, we are changing it to the Niche to Profit Academy.
It was finally appropriate.
We don't, and this is coming. So we're working on the little, all of that, website gobbledygook stuff. So right now, you still need to go to DanniAppAcademy.com. But what I'm going to do is give you a free week. Come in, poke around, see all the webinars and workshops that we have in there. Use the code SHOW7. SHOW7 to get your free week.
Is that the number 7, Danni?
The number 7. Yes. Thank you for clarifying that. I'm looking at it and seeing it. Look, it's a number. Yeah. And it's all capitals. So SHOW7, all capitals. Get a 1-week free trial. And after that, it's a whopping $10 a month.
People probably spend that on a latte.
You think?
I think.
Yeah. I call those mocha chocolate, venti, frappuccino, wappy things. Yeah, those are like $10. Yeah. No, truly, you guys, we're going to help you make more money. Come on over. Come see us. And if you don't want to do that, at least go watch the replays of the show. We've got like 31 of them now, all different topics. And you can find those on iTunes, where we do love a 5-star review. Thank you very much. YouTube, both on the Danni App YouTube channel and the Vegas Video Network channel, where they have all kinds of nifty little shows. Roku, Stitcher, TuneIn, Chromecast, Apple TV, Google TV, Fire TV, and of course, the VegasVideoNetwork.com.
That's where I watch it.
Scott has a new sound. Give the man some controls, and look what he does. All right. Hey, guys, thank you so much for being here once again. This has been a blast. I look forward to talking to you over on Facebook. And with that, go be profitable and make it fun.
Bye, everyone.